Alrighty guys, welcome to my little guide on how to play Charge Bleed. Of course this is SAED spamming, which is short for Super Amped Elemental Discharge. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and get into the controls. Monster Hunter World's on multiple platforms, so the easiest way I figured is you unsheath your weapons, and on the top right of the screen it's going to say weak slash, forward slash, whatever it may say. So if I say weak slash 3 times, you're going to press whatever buttons next to weak slash 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Alright. So if I say rising slash, that's going to be charge rising slash, but we're just going to say rising slash for short, or rising, which is the shorter version of that. So that's going to be rising right here. And if I say forward slash, you know, once you picking up on what I'm saying, see forward slash does 2 buttons, whatever it says on your game, you'll press those 2. So if I say forward slash 3 times, and this is discharge stance, as I'll call it, we'll call it discharge. Because right now it says amped elemental discharge, but once your shield is charged, it's going to say super amped elemental discharge. So, for short, discharge. Alrighty, and then last but not least, guard. It doesn't say at the top, but if you're in training, it says it right here, which is guard. Alright, so all that known, let's go ahead and understand the basics of this Charge Bleed. Without any guard or anything, you cannot block this barrel. With retaliation, as you see, I can't do anything. But if I guard point, it gives 1 level of guard, so I can retaliate. And we'll get into more understandings of that later, but just to show you what that is like. So with the Charge Bleed, there's a couple icons up here. You'll see the sword, the shield, and the Phials. Those are just the file holders, I guess, the containers, but right now they're empty, so you'll have 0 files if it looks like that. There's also file charge. We'll call them charges. So you have yellow and red. Yellow gives you 3 if you convert them into files, and red converts into 5. So let's go ahead and show that. So here's yellow, and if we were to turn them into files, which is holding guard and then rising, you get 3. In the event you do this by accident, which I highly recommend not doing this, you'll have to get another yellow, and again, guard and rising at the same time in order to get, as you see, a total. And the combination you want to do to get charges is going to be weak slash, rising charge. Because if you just hit rising slash, it's just going to do this. So what you want to do is you want to hold it until it yanks back, you know, when it starts accelerating really fast, and just let go. Do not think holding it longer gives you more damage. It doesn't, and here I'll show you that right now. See, instant let go, 67:45. Hold it for as long as I can. 67:45, and if you hold it too long, it's going to do this, 32, and that's equivalent to just doing this. So don't be an idiot, don't hold it too long, just release it as fast as you can. Alright, so again, weak slash, rising charge, weak slash, rising charge, weak slash, rising charge. That's all you need to do to get files, and that's pretty much all you need to do in this game with this weapon. There's other things, but we're not going to go over that too much, just for simplicity's sake. Get rid of those files. There we go. I see a lot of beginners, they run up and they start doing this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. 10 hits in order to get red. That whole time the monster's gonna be trying to kill you and stuff. It's a waste of time. What you want to do is do that in 5 hits. It's 4 hits if you have focus level 3, which I don't. Focus level 1 and 2 does pretty much nothing. It's the same. It's going to take 5 hits. So either focus level 3 or focus level 0 is your options. So again, weak 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that last one just hits 2, but it's 5 hits. You'll get red, as you see. And that's how you get your charges. Now once you get charges, you want to convert them to files immediately. If not, and you keep slashing, this is going to happen. As you see, the files are glowing red, they're blinking, and there's a red outline around your sharpness. What that means is no matter what you do, it's bounce city. With the sword at least. You can swing with the axe, but don't do that. That's kind of stupid unless you're savage axing. And again, if you're savage axing, don't watch this video. Alright, see, but if I get rid of that, I'm not bouncing no more. And that's the significance of that. So what we're going to do is explain how that works. So again, weak slash, rising charge, weak, rising. Alright. From here you're going to hold guard, and then at the top right you see charge files. So it's going to be guard and rising slash at the same time. Voila. And that's how you change the red color into actual files that fill your containers, your files up. So once here, you want to get into your shield. So you're going to go to discharge. This is discharge right here. That stance right here, how I'm standing and I'm holding the axe behind me, the shield, this is discharge. The way to get to it is just spam /. Doesn't matter what the hell you're doing, you know, slash, spam /. There it is. You know, that's all you gotta do. You know, rising slash, spam / afterwards. There it is, the discharge. And as you see, it's amped elemental discharge. That's going to change when we go to shield charges going. Alright. So again, get our files up. So charging the shield, you go to discharge, and then you hit guard. So 1, 2, 3, then hit guard. There's other ways to do it. You don't have to, you know, spam / to get to it, but for simplicity's sake, for now, that's what it's going to be. Matter of fact, I'll go over the other ones. So axe mode, you can press / and guard, and there it is. After guarding something, if you don't get knocked back too far, you can hit / and then guard, and there it is again. Those are just multiple ways to get the discharge, and then you hit guard to cancel out of the discharge into putting your files into shield. That's what that is. Alright, the importance of shield charge, because now when I discharge, the animation's different, see? It swings across and then overhead. And this is the super amped elemental discharge, or SAED. But again, we're just going to call it discharge while your shield is charged, or SAED in this case. As you see, really simple. It's the same thing, just a different name. And a little different move, animation. Does more damage, and this is what we want because we're SAD spamming. But as you see, nothing is happening. It's just an axe swing that takes forever. And I understand that. So what you want to do now is you want to get more files. Again, weak rising, weak rising. Oops. And now when you do it, that's what's going to be killing monsters. Alright, so I didn't go over the sword charge, but in order to sword charge you need shield charge. So let me get rid of these files to prove that. No files, just the shield, and it's about to run out. So you're going to go to file charge and then hold weak. So guard and rising and then hold weak and let go when the shield closes. See how the sword shrinks? When it does that, let go. Whoops, don't let go too early or that's going to happen and nothing, your sword will not get charged. The sword charge lasts about 40 seconds, 45 seconds, but again, it doesn't last too long, and what this does is every time you hit now, you see, 27 and a 5 explosion. See, 2 hits in 1. And it does whatever file type you have. This is impact, so it's going to be impact. So anytime I hit the monster in the head, it builds up KO damage. And once the KO damage reaches the threshold, the monster will fall over and there will be stars around his head. And that's what impact does. It also does blast damage too, because this is blast. It's an ailment, not an element. I'm not sure why they did it like that, but it is an ailment, not an element. But if you use something like ice or dragon, those are elements. Dragon has dragon seal, which is an ailment. Again, works the same as KO. There's an invisible health bar. It builds up. Once it's full, it activates, and whatever happens, happens. Same with blast. Once you fill it up, it activates, the monster explodes. Alright, so again with the sword charge, the reason is it does extra damage and you cannot bounce. See, I'm going to be bouncing like crazy because I got that red outline around my sharpness. No shield charge. I cannot charge my sword, not at all. So go ahead, jump into shield charge, and let's charge our sword. There it is. And look, you can never bounce. See? Not with the sword, at least. See? Doesn't matter sharpness, doesn't matter what file level, you can never bounce. And it does a little extra damage too. So that's ideal to have, but with SAED spam you don't have to worry about that too much, to be honest. It's good to do, but not that important. So now you know how to charge everything, let's go into the full charge. So when you're in a hunt, there's going to be a monster laying around, Aptonos, whatever the hell it may be. Maybe there's a weak monster, like let's pretend you're fighting, I don't know, some kind of elder dragon or something, and there's an Aptonoth in the area, or even like Rathalos, and then you see a Jagras running around. Anything you can hit that deals damage to them. Random objects like barrels, this training pole, mosquitoes, gyros, any of those will give you charges. What you're going to do is you're going to run up and you're going to get charges. Let me get rid of all this real quick. I can't get rid of the shield unless I swap out weapons, but I don't want to do that right now. Alright, so full charge. Here we go. So you're going to run up. You're going to do your little weak slash, rising slash, weak slash, rising slash. Get your charges and put it in your shield immediately. See, I'll just spam /. Because I see a lot of beginners, what they do is they do this. Then they put it down, then they do this. Like, it takes forever. See, it took three /s in order to get to the discharge. Where if you go from file charge 1, 2, see? Less moves, less time, makes it a lot easier. Instead of standing there letting the monster hit you, you make that window smaller. So let's go ahead and do that again. Files, spam /, right into the shield charge. From there, I'm gonna slash some more, and you're gonna charge your files and your sword at the same time. Boom. And then finally, you get the red charge on your files. So now you have 2 SAEDs, you can't bounce, and you have 1 level extra of guard, and you can also SAED. You'll run up to the monster, hold block, and if he hits, SAED him. Yep. And from there, if he falls down, you just charge and spam right into the SAED again. And that's what you'll do. If the monster is not aggressive, meaning you can walk circles around him and he's just sitting there, doesn't care about you at all, you're just going to get your full charges from a random monster or something if they're in the area. Morph to your axe, do not hit him with the axe, and you're going to line it up. This is the same way you're going to wake monsters up. You measure just about an axe length away from the monster. So right here, an axe length away about, and then you can just discharge, which is, again, /. And that's pretty much it on how to SAED spam. As far as charging wise, there's also guard pointing, which is this. And then see how it says morph /, and this is morph /. So that split brief moment where my shield is in front of me, of my character, that's an active block. This block will add 1 guard to whatever amount you already have. This build has none, but my shield does have a guard by itself because shield charge. That way if I hold block, it doesn't send me flying and I can retaliate. Or counter in some case. Whatever you want to call it. Where if I guard point, I don't need a shield charge. This is more useful for really heavy hits like Nergigante roars, his dive bomb, stuff like that. You want a guard point because if you don't have enough guard, he's just gonna push you right out the way and send you on, you know, flying. See, look, I can't retaliate on that. My shield lost its charge, but if I guard point, I can still retaliate because it gives me 1 level of guard, which is all you need to block the barrel without, you know, getting pushed back. There's other ways to guard point. As you see there. That's the round slash. It works with any of them when you're charging your shield. That's a guard point right there, but obviously no attacks happen, so nothing to guard point. And then the last one is Savage Axe, but again, this... Oh, damn, I pressed it in time, didn't I? Yeah, Savage Axe. It says it right there. I pressed it. Maybe I was too close. And that time I was too far. Yeah, I'm pressing it too late. I think I'm... Alright. I'll get it. Just to get this over with. Or not. There we go. So it does take a split second to do. But again, that's only for Iceborne players, so not too important to me. Or to anyone that's not Savage Axing with Charge Blade, which you had to be pretty good at the game to do all that. Alright, and I think that's pretty much it. Guard point, SAD, foul charge, full charges. I think that's pretty much it on this video. Again, if I missed anything, check the description. It's going to be in full detail, timestamps, hopefully, of everything I should have talked about, but I probably forgot something here and there. But no problem, it's not that complex of a weapon. So again, you're just going to go in, guard point, and then you're going to retaliate. Make sure you have ammo. If you don't have ammo or shield charge, it's kind of not doing the damage you need to. It doesn't matter what sharpness level you are. SADs don't care about your sharpness. They cannot critical. So crit eye, you know, affinity, this down here, affinity, that could be negative, and it doesn't matter. The only thing that matters for impact is this number and your Phials and artillery. That's the only thing that matters. You can get feline bombardier, the food skill, to increase more damage on your impact Phials, but yeah, it's not that amazing. As far as elemental charge blades, just get your element as high as you can, and that's the only thing that matters. Elements and how much capacity you have, which most of the time is 5 unless it's 6 with magazine decoration, or capacity boost, which is what the skill is. Oh, I think I dragged on the video long enough. I hope you guys enjoyed, and again, if you miss anything in the description, check the description. It should explain everything. Have a good one.